Welcome back, my creative people. This is the last video for this Halloween, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to take a family picture. Actually, I'm going to show you how to make this photo manipulation and what steps I took to reach the final result. I'm sure, as always, you will learn a lot of cool tips and tricks which could benefit you in your photo manipulations, so make sure to stick to the end. As the previous video, we've got a bonus section at the end for you, which I'm hoping you will enjoy watching. Before we get into the video, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and like this video, because that is simply going to help me create more content and make it better every time. It is totally free and it could help me a lot, so make sure to do that. If you are looking for more in-depth tutorials and you want to learn a lot more, make sure to check out my channel. There's a bunch of cool tutorials over there. And now, not going to waste your time anymore, let's hop right into this video. Here we go. We start with a photo of mine again, very surprisingly, and then we bring in a couch. The couch does not look like what I want, so I need to change it a bit. Then we bring in two dumb pumpkins and then we put them in the front for no particular reason, just because I want to. And I'm joking with you, there is a reason for that, and it's called the depth of field. If you ever want to know the color matching and the light matching process that I go through, click the link in the top right corner of the screen right now. Yeah, just right freaking now. Click it. And then I came to the conclusion that I don't like the shape of the couch, so let's warp it a bit and let's liquefy the shit out of it. Hold on a minute here. What is this, Adobe? What is that? What am I looking at? Why does it look like that? A glitch inside liquefy? My liquefy just got glitchy? What the hell? Oh! Okay, let's move on. And I just wanted to make the couch thick because I like it thick. I mean the thickness. Yeah, there's no accounting for taste, right? And once I fucked around with the couch a bit, I realized that it's not really looking symmetrical, so after that, I copied one side of the couch and pasted it onto the other side so that the couch looks symmetrical. Pretty logical. You know, this is going to be a memorial photo, so absolutely there's going to be a wall back there with some pictures, frames, maybe a clock on top of it, so let's put them in. I started with the frame. I put a photo frame on the wall with no photo in it. Later on I add in the photo, and I add in a brick wall. I just duplicate it over and over again to cover up the whole scene. And as I bring in these new elements into the background, I try to keep the perspective in mind, and it can be tricky sometimes. If you struggle with perspective, make sure to use some perspective grids, especially in these kind of environments where there are buildings and things that are man-made. They have quite easy lines to trace, so make sure to use the perspective grids. I also got a tutorial on that. I'm gonna link it in the description. Make sure to check that out as well. And if you remember from my previous tutorials, I always say that shadows are what going to make your photo realistic, so I always try to put in as much shadows as I can because they give volume and depth to my images. I encourage you to do the same. Use shadows wisely. They will have a huge impact. Most of the times when your photo looks dull and not that great, it's because there's not enough depth in it, and that is the result of not using shadows. Another component for having a great depth and a sense of depth of field is using mist and fog effect in your photos. That's also something I always use no matter what photo I'm making. So you can just choose a color and start painting on a normal layer and create some fog with a fog brush, of course. You can also use the soft round brush, that's totally fine, but use a fog brush for a better effect. And watch closely as I paint shadows for myself and for other objects in the scene, and as soon as I drop in some shadows, it's like the elements are really in the photo. I don't know about you, but I get excited by pumpkins, so I try to put as much pumpkins in my photo as possible. And I try to give them some variation today by making some of them look like more creepy, changing their colors. Some of them I'm gonna turn into a spider and I'm gonna make some of them fly, well, which we'll see later on. But hey, this is all going to be something on a concept which maybe in the future I will reveal, which can dramatically improve your photo manipulations. How do you make something black and white in Photoshop? Using a black and white adjustment layer. IQ level, man, IQ level. And I'm working on this pumpkin jack, and I like the white pumpkin way better than the orange one. I wish pumpkins were white, naturally. Here's my pumpkin pet. And this is what I'm gonna give some limbs and make it look like a spider. Of course, the limbs are going to be painted. I'm not gonna use stock photos for that. I'm not dumb. So yeah, just as always, improve your painting skills. And a Halloween night is not complete without bats. And giving them bats some motion blur to indicate that they are moving. And after that, I'm gonna bring in my flying pumpkin, to which I'm going to give wings and some limbs just so that it flies in the air. Cool, huh? To create a beam of light, you just need to create a straight line using the hard round brush and then blur it out using some Gaussian blur, and you will have a highly realistic light source and a beam of light coming to your scene. More drama is what I'm looking for. Always wanted to be a drama queen. And I have bought myself some gifts, which you can see right there. Some presents just for the Day of the Dead. A Jack in the Box is my companion. We're posing together for the photo. I found a photo of a hairstyle that I liked, and I removed the hair and I'm putting it on top of my head, and then I will start painting on top of that. This could be a cool tip for those of you who are into painting hair always, just as me. Instead of painting it all from scratch, you can find a hairstyle that you like and use that just to paint hair on top of it. once I have painted the hair to the point that I'm satisfied with, I'll move on to creating some magic light sources in my photo and working on other elements. You might have noticed that I do not just work on the subject completely and then move on to the background and work on that. It's not like that. I just work on the subject a little, and then I work on the background a bit, then I work on the elements just a little bit, and then I maybe go back to the subject, and then I move on to the background, and I'm just moving constantly between these different elements, and I'm going to just try to make them all perfect at the same time. If you limit yourself only to work on one thing at a time, for example, if you only work on the subject and spend maybe an hour or two on perfecting the subject, maybe after that you'll realize that your subject does not fit with the background, so your whole effort will go to vain. Or if you just work on the background and ignore the subject for a very long time, then maybe you realize your background sucks and you have to start all over again. So it's better to just work on everything at the same time and with a very constant pace so you don't get caught up. spooky spider. This guy is going to be sitting on the left side of the photo. You know, all these creepy elements together in a photo, it will just look cool. I mean, the bats, the spiders, pumpkins, ghosts, freaky candles, all these together, maybe a jack-in-the-box, putting as much creepy shit as possible in the photo, jam-packed with spookiness. How I painted this makeup on my face, you might be asking? That is what is included in the bonus section at the end of the video. I believe you already know how I'm painting this kind of magic fire, right?
2 hours later.
Yeah, after 2 hours I painted it and I changed the color just to match the color scheme of the whole photo. I thought this kind of cyan flame looks more creepy. Never forget to paint extra highlights if you bring in extra light sources to your image. It is an unforgivable mistake if you forget to paint highlights, and they need to be proper. You have to really know how the light functions, so I highly recommend you use some references or at least practice painting highlights and just learn about the science of the light and all that stuff. You know, I don't want to make it too hard for you. If you want to be a great artist, you need to have some decent knowledge about that light and shadows kind of stuff. Theories, it could be something boring to study, but it will benefit you a lot at the end of the day. I highly guarantee that. Yeah, boy. That's how you do this. That's how you do this. The struggle is real. And no, you can't leave yet. I got a bonus section for you right now, just as I promised. So let's get into that. Hello everybody, this is the bonus section of the video. This is where I'm going to show you how to transform yourself into a freaking dead memory. Sup bro? It is Dia de los Muertos, baby. Okay, you might wanna just fasten your seat belts and let's hop right into this. You can see the start of the show just staring at you through the monitor, just like he wants to devour your face off of why you're a fucking loser. But let's move on. I've got a freaking beard on and I've got messy hair. Well, we tackled the hair in previous steps. Now it's time to tackle the beard. And how do you tackle the beard? There's actually no way other than painting away the hair from the face. And that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm going to freaking wipe off this guy's face. He looks kind of familiar though, I don't know. He rings any bells for you? It's like I know this guy. Everybody, these are the ingredients you need to shave your face inside Photoshop. You're gonna need an empty layer set to normal blend mode. You're gonna have to get a soft round brush, which is default inside Photoshop. Then you're gonna have to adjust your float to your needs. I'm gonna go with 20% float. That works fine for me. Then what you gotta do is grab your stylus and go to your brush settings and make sure you've turned on transfer, and both of these is set to pen pressure. If you're going to do this with a mouse, RIP to you, my friend. Wish you the best of lucks. But if you're gonna do that with a stylus, let's hop right into this shit. And you're going to sample colors like that and paint them over. You see that? It's easy. Sample colors, paint, sample and paint. And my friend, this is how you're going to shave your freaking face. Here we go. Just remember, you gotta take a lot of samples, okay? Probably gonna fast forward this. Oh damn, I look good with a mustache. This is the point where you're gonna leave your work, grab some water, take a piss, and then get back to the rest of it. Let's remove the mustache. Alright, I look like I got STD. But you don't want to make it perfect. This is enough for us because we're gonna put on makeup and all these details are gonna be covered up. So let's put on the makeup now. This is the fun part. And many guys just try to use color blend mode, or maybe they're gonna use black and white to just change the color of the skin to black or white. It is a terrible mistake. All you need to do is to just grab a hue saturation just like that. And again, many guys just click on colorize, just trying to choose the color and just start painting. Well, you can do that, but it sucks. All you gotta do is to go to reds. And here, just bring down the saturation and bring up the lightness. And there you go, you got a pale white looking face. Now, just invert your mask, come closer, and let's start painting it. And when you are painting, try to leave some gaps. You don't want to paint this color all over the body. I'm going to clip this to the model. Okay. You don't want to paint this like make it perfect. You want to leave some areas untouched because we wanted to have that natural look. Okay, as you can see, I have painted, but you can still see the skin color coming through, like here, around the edges of the head. There's still some skin color coming in, and this makes it like it has been painted by hand. So keep on painting until you are satisfied. You got a freaking clown face going on right here. Perfect. Now it's time to bring in those black spots. So we're gonna create one more hue saturation here. We'll go back to reds and this time bring the lightness all the way down. And the saturation as well. And also we're going to create a curves and bring that down, and also the midtone, just like that. And these two, I'm gonna group them together. I'm gonna name that black, put a mask on it, and let's paint the black where you want it. You want it here. I'm going to make the brush harder. Just going to paint it over here. Okay, just like this. Like that. These are the areas that I want this black color to appear. If you want it to have a better effect, you can go here onto your, let me just rename this to white. You can go on your white layer and erase off the white from these areas. It'll make them more black, just like this. Okay. And yeah, keep on painting this black color all over the face. So you can go as crazy as you want with the makeup. I'm not gonna create the whole thing. I just wanted to show you how to do this so you can create it on your own. And if you wanted more darkness, you can just open up your curves and just make these spots more darker so that it suits your needs, just like that. And then you can give this whole thing some more depth by dodging and burning, and you got some special effects on it. So this is how you can put up some cool makeup. And that's it for today's video, everybody. If you want to see something in the future videos, comment down below. I read all of the comments, and click on one of these two videos and you'll go straight to that video and you can start watching. Click it or I'll chase you in your dreams. Till next week, freak out.